South Africa's uneasy government of national unity is once again teetering on the edge of internal strife. In a fiery address that has reignited political debate across the country, African National Congress (ANC) Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula has thrown down the gauntlet, telling the Democratic Alliance (DA) to stop playing the cardinal game and, if unhappy, to walk away from the coalition government. His words have sent shockwaves through both the ruling alliance and the opposition benches, underscoring the growing friction within a partnership many analysts say was bound to crack. Mbalula's statement comes amid reports of escalating tensions in cabinet meetings, where ideological differences between the ANC and the DA have repeatedly surfaced. Sources close to the presidency describe heated exchanges over key policy directions, from economic reform and public sector restructuring to energy and land reform. What was once billed as a historic collaboration to stabilize South Africa's political landscape after the divisive 2024 elections is now showing visible fractures. The DA cannot be in government and act like the opposition, Mbalula reportedly said during a press briefing at Luthuli House. They must decide whether they want to build the country with us or keep undermining every decision made in cabinet. We are tired of this grandstanding. If they think they can run South Africa better alone, they are free to leave the coalition. The comment has been interpreted as both a warning and a challenge, one that reveals the ANC's growing frustration with its coalition partner. Inside sources suggest that DA leaders have been pushing for more influence in cabinet decisions, accusing some ANC ministers of resisting transparency and accountability. The DA's demand for firmer anti-corruption measures and a stricter stance on state-owned enterprises has been met with resistance by several ANC veterans, who see such moves as politically motivated attempts to erode their authority. Political analysts view Mbalula's outburst as a sign that the coalition is approaching a breaking point. Dr. Lamkan Kosi, a political science lecturer at Wits University, explains that the partnership was always a delicate balancing act. The ANC and DA come from vastly different ideological backgrounds, she said. The ANC is rooted in social transformation and historical redress, while the DA prioritizes market efficiency and fiscal conservatism. Trying to merge those philosophies under one government structure is like forcing oil and water to mix. Meanwhile, inside the DA, the reaction to Mbalula's remarks has been measured but firm. Party spokesperson Solly Malotsi hit back, saying that the DA will not be intimidated into silence and that their participation in the coalition is based on principles, not fear. If standing for clean governance and accountability is seen as a threat, then it tells you everything you need to know about the ANC's priorities, Malotsi said. Behind the political theatrics lies a deeper concern, the potential collapse of a coalition that was meant to represent national unity and stability. The 2024 elections left South Africa with no outright majority, forcing the ANC to form alliances to maintain power. The inclusion of the DA, Inkatha Freedom Party, IFP, and smaller parties was hailed as a turning point in South Africa's democratic evolution. Yet less than a year later, the project seems mired in mistrust and power struggles. Public sentiment reflects this disillusionment. Social media has been flooded with citizens expressing frustration over political infighting while the country grapples with persistent unemployment, energy instability, and a struggling economy. We voted for unity, not this constant bickering, one user wrote on X. If the politicians can't work together, they should step aside for people who can. For now, President Cyril Ramaphosa finds himself once again in the middle of political turbulence. Having built his reputation on consensus building, he faces the daunting task of holding together a fragile coalition while managing internal ANC factions that view the DA as an ideological enemy. His silence on Mbalula's latest remarks has not gone unnoticed, with many interpreting it as a strategic move to let tempers cool before stepping in. Still, the message from Mbalula is clear: the ANC will not be dictated to, even within a coalition framework. His defiant tone may resonate with loyalists who believe the ANC has conceded too much ground to appease its partners. Yet, it also risks alienating the very allies whose cooperation is needed to keep the government functioning. As the dust settles, one thing is certain: the experiment of shared governance in South Africa has entered a new, volatile phase. Whether it can survive the competing egos and divergent visions remains to be seen. For now, Mbalula's challenge stands as a bold reminder of the simmering tensions beneath the surface of the so-called unity government.